Here is lesson 23 for trumpet. We will play numbers 55 and 56. Alright, now bear with me on this one. I'm reading from two different books, so I don't have my trumpet book here with me today. Okay? But if you look at line number 55 for trumpets only, you'll see that these notes move in thirds. Now what does that mean? When you have a third, that means you start on one note, you skip the next note, and you go to the next one. So for instance, if you play a C, your next note is going to be not that D, but the E. You're going to go up in thirds. C, E, because you skip the D, and then D, F, you skip that E, and then, what is it? E, G, skip the F. So we're moving up in thirds. Okay? So go ahead and buzz through this one, and I will play it. Here is your first note. Try that again. Okay, here's your first note. Now, buzz it and I'll play it. 1, 2, ready. Oh, sorry, that was a quarter note, not a half note. That was my fault. All right, that was number 55. So go ahead and put your mouthpiece together, rewind, and play it with me. Okay? Before we go on number 56, let me tell you about our code word. Our code word is pro, P-R-O. It's short for professional. Do you want to be a professional on your instrument? Whether you do or don't, when you're playing your instrument, you should always be going for your best sound no matter what. Because if you're just playing to play it, you're not really getting anywhere. Not really getting any better, and it's really hard to enjoy your instrument if you're not trying to get better with it. Okay? So, pro. Have you heard of a pro play? You know, I am not a trumpet pro. I am not a brass professional by any means. But, do you have a private teacher? If you do, good. If you don't, you might want to get one. Have you heard a symphony performed? If so, have you heard the trumpets? Because those are professionals. Try to find a professional recording. Look on YouTube. Since you're already here, there are all kinds of resources that you could use to find a good professional sound. Okay? Moving on. Number 56. Again, buzz it, and I will play it. Okay? Here we go. Here's your first note. Alright, here we go. You're buzzing it, I'm playing it. 1, 2, ready. Now, when you go back and play it, I want you to do one thing. I want you to play the video and just listen to me play it. You'll hear some notes are separated and some aren't. Why is that? If you look at the top of your page, you see in that first box on the left, slur, S-L-U-R. When you slur between notes, you don't tongue. You just have steady air going and you just change fingerings. Okay? You'll see the first two half notes in 56 are slurred. No matter what kind of slur we have, whether it connects 2 notes or 3 notes or 16,000 notes, whenever you have a slur, the first note in that slur will be tongued. Okay, so for instance, measure 1. You have an F slurred to an E. You'll tongue the F, but you will not tongue the E. Hear that? The E had a smoother change than the F, because the F I started with my tongue. Ta. That is how we do our slurs. Okay? So when you play through any of this, make sure if there's a slur under it, you're not tonguing it unless it's the first note. Now, to make sure that you understand slurs, I want you to look through 56, and I want you to think about how many times you're going to tongue. If you tongue only at the beginning of a slur, and you don't tongue anything else inside that slur, how many times in number 56 are you going to tongue? Go and pause the video and then count it real quick. Alright, if you counted it correctly, then you got 8. You're going to tongue 8 times. You're only going to tongue once per measure. Okay, so this was lesson 23. Thanks for joining me.